Without doubt, it is the second most asked question that I get week in, week out. The first obviously being, Steve, I can't get a froth on my porn star martini. How come you get a froth? That is the bit, that's the most asked question by a long, long way. But then every single week, without fail, in my DMs, replying to comments on the actual video, Steve, what are your favourite spiced rums? So in this video, I'm going to run you down my top 15. This video I have been planning for a good few weeks. I thought I had it set, I've changed, I've come back to it, I've thought about it. What I have done, I've done my top 15 spiced rums over the last 3 years. So we're going to count down in 3 different sections, but there are some notable absentees that I'm going to talk you through first. Now, I just want to give a shout out to these 4. These do not make my top 15. And the simple reason being, I personally don't think I've had these long enough to warrant them going in. They are really new rums to me. I really, really do love them. And who knows, if they grow on me, which they probably will do, these might feature in my top 5, even my top 10. Now, top 5's a bit of a long shot, but a top 10 may be going at the end of 2022. But just, you know, Slide Dog, I've featured these quite a lot recently. The Slide Dog is a cracking spiced rum, absolutely love it. This Honey Bell is like liquid crunchy. It is so, so tasty, chocolate and honey. This Trash and Treasure, we haven't featured it too much yet, but it's Warner's Gin. It's their botanical spiced rum. Again, really, really lovely. But the final one is Audax, the mango and lime rum. As I say, I just do not think I've had them long enough to warrant toppling any of the ones that I love in the top 15. So I just want to get that out of the way first. These unfortunately don't make it into 2021's list. As I say, this is over the last 3 years. There's some big players coming out here, but these probably will feature at the end of 2022. Now, there's also another notable absentee, and that's Black Tears Spiced Rum. This is the one that gave me the most headaches because it is a very different spiced rum. It's the less sweet spiced rum that I actually own. Cuban, kind of chocolate, pepper, coffee notes in it. My issue is it's cracking for cocktails, but it's not one that I automatically go to either sip neat or to have a rum and coke with. When I have spiced rums, I kind of want that little bit of sweetness to them. And for me, it just doesn't have that. Would it make my top 20, my top 25? Yes, definitely. And for those new to my channel, counting up, I have literally now got 87 different spiced rums here. I've got a lot. I've reviewed a lot. They're all still on my channel, so you can dig through these. So this is very high up there, but just doesn't quite make my top 15. So here we go, 11 through to number 15. 5 cracking brands here. Haven't featured, well, except for that one, haven't featured on the channel too much in the last sort of year or so. These were kind of out from sort of 2019, 2020, but I do go back to these quite a lot. I absolutely love them. There's 2 actually absentees. This was the other one I should give it. This is brand spanking new, the Cherry Bomb. I think this is going to feature heavily next year, but at the moment too new to kind of feature it, as I said. The notable absentee, and I'm gutted I can't find the bottle, is World's End Tiki Spiced Rum. That is absolutely gorgeous, and I can't split the 2. Very, very different spiced rums. There is no set order here. These are kind of 11 through to 15. They were interchangeable. Probably the closest one to the top 10 will be the Banana Bomb, the closest one. But all these are absolutely lovely. So just to quickly run you through them. Salford, the spiced rum. They have got a dark spiced as well. But this one, I absolutely love. Salford, kind of up near Manchester. I do get abused for saying it is in Manchester. It's a city in its own right, but up near Manchester, absolutely quality. Lovely ceramic bottle as well. It's a quality spiced rum. We've got World's End from Belgium. I say this is a dark. If you're a Kraken fan, those kind of dark spiced rums, you're absolutely going to love the World's End Dark. But as I said, do look out for the Tiki as well, because I can't split them. The Tiki is gorgeous, and I'm gutted. I might flash it up on screen, actually. We'll do that there. Now, Karasimbi. Absolutely love Karasimbi. It's kind of that orange, ginger, kind of vanilla sort of spiced rum. There is actually one more, and it's cinnamon. That's it, blood orange. That's it, I've just seen there. I absolutely love this. I have got another orange rum coming up that is in the top 10. and it is just slightly better for me personally than this, but I absolutely love it. And as much as I love Herstein's Rockstars, this absolutely, I was going to say smashed it. This for me is better than Herstein's Rocks, the Two Swallows orange and ginger. I absolutely love that. Cinnamon, ginger, blood orange, vanilla. Gorgeous. These guys are known for the gin. They save gorillas as well. So check out Karasimbi. Love it. Bayou will be no stranger to you guys in the US. The Bayou is Florida. I think that's where this comes from. Gorgeous, gorgeous spiced rum. Absolutely love it. If you're in the UK, you should be able to get all these off Master of Malt really, really easy. But they are the Banana Bomb needs no introduction. I'll talk about that a lot. Banana, Panamanian rum, banana salted caramel, I'm sure it's salted caramel in there as well. Banana salted caramel spices, absolutely gorgeous. I'd say closest to the top 10. So that's probably 11th, but then we've got 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th in no particular order. Right then, coming in at number 10, and this is the other orange and ginger spiced rum that I was talking about, Moon Cursor, from my friends down at the Cornish Distilling Company, up in Bude, I think they are, so North Cornwall. Absolutely love this. This is pretty similar to Karasimbian, but just this is normal orange, not blood orange. So you've got ginger, vanilla, cinnamon, and orange in there. For me, just a lovely kind of rounded spiced rum. Gorgeous. If you want kind of like orange and ginger, this is my go-to. There are 4 or 5 orange and ginger spiced rums on the market. This, for me, smashes it. So this is my number 10. Then coming in at number 9 is this gorgeous little beast. It's what I call Nutella rum. It is literally hazelnut rum. It's from Ed at Belgrove, Edmonds. DDL Rum, Demerara Distillers Limited, responsible for all the Guyana brands, the El Dorado, all that sort of stuff. There's not too much spice in here. It's essentially hazelnut and a little hint of chocolate, but gorgeous. We do kind of classify flavoured rums in with spiced. I do personally anyway, but I absolutely love this. So this is number 9. And then at number 8, this gradually is falling down the pecking order a little bit for me. This is Rum Bullion, and that's purely because as I get a bit older, my palate gets a little bit drier or less sweet, if you like. This would probably be the sweetest one I've got in the top 10. Absolutely love it. And there is another caveat here as well. I can't find the bottle. I must have thrown it away because I know it's finished. The Rum Bullion XO, Navy Strength. Sorry, ignore the XO. The Rum Bullion Navy Strength is gorgeous. If I had the Navy Strength, that would be here right now as my number 8. But as I don't, I've got this normal Rum Bullion. Very similar rums, just obviously Navy Strength is a lot stronger. Kind of different flavour profile to it, but I can't split them. Really, really love them. So you're gonna really enjoy this. And then I've got to put these at equal 6 because I really, really can't split them. 2 more from Herstey from the Rockstar Spirits Brigade. We've got the pineapple grenade, and we've got the grapefruit grenade here. Pineapple and salted caramel, grapefruit and honeycomb. 65% ABV, 130 proof if you're looking over in the States. Again, I cannot split them. I've talked about these a lot over the last few weeks before shooting this. You will be no strangers to this. These are phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. And now we're getting into the top 5, and this is at number 5 for me. Cut 2 is probably the most prolific one out of my... Yeah, I will say that because it's in supermarkets. Out of my top 10, top 15. Cracking spiced rum. All the spices are listed on the back. So you've got vanilla, cinnamon, clove, ginger, pepper, and you've got the oak notes from the barrel. Really easy going. It just does exactly what you need it to. If I would bracket this in with kind of the lower end, and I don't mean that in disservice, the lower end spiced rums like your Dead Man's Fingers and all that kind of stuff, but this is a league above your DMFs. I'm talking price points probably here more than anything. It's just a league above. If you try DMF and then go to Cut 2, there is no competition there. Absolutely love Cut 2. As you'll see, I need another bottle of this because I emptied this a couple of weeks ago, to be fair. And then at number 4, this quite easily makes it at number 4 because it ain't ever going to topple the top 3, but I cannot not have it in my life. It is such a gorgeous rum. Spiced fig and blackberry. Second one from Ed at Belgrove Spirits, Belgrove, the brand Belgrove. DDL rum again, so Demerara Distillers Limited. There's a theme here with a lot of the spiced rums. but it's just gorgeous. Spiced, fig and blackberry, everything from espresso martinis to daiquiris. I start quite a lot of my Sunday night live shows on this with a daiquiri. It is just gorgeous. Very different to anything else I've got. As I say, it quite clearly makes it a number 4 for me because this is the one that I just simply cannot do without outside of the top 3. Now, for my top 3, I've thought about this long and hard. This is where I said I've kind of planned it, gone back to it, thought I'm going to do that. I was going to do an equal top 3. That's kind of how my mind sits, but I thought that is pretty much of a cop-out if I'm doing a top 15. Fair enough, doing equal kind of 11th to 15th, that's fine, but when you're getting into the top 3, you've really got to kind of nail it down for me. So after much deliberation, going backwards and forwards, this at one point was number 1, it was number 2, but the more I thought about it, I had to put Chairman's Reserve Spiced at number 3. It is one of my all-time favourite spiced rums. I absolutely love it. St. Lucian rum, Chairman's Reserve. I love their normal rum anyway. But this, as I say, this is just Chairman's Reserve normal rum spiced up. No fake spices in there. It's all natural spices that's been aged, as opposed to a lot of other brands that kind of do use flavourings and stuff like that. So a nod to that, a nod to the craft as much as anything, because, you know, when you use flavour compounds, it's really easy to kind of batch after batch after batch just to kind of nail the profile. But when you're actually using real life flavourings and ingredients and stuff like that, and just trying to kind of do it the same batch on batch, that is a really skillful art form in itself. Now, coming in at number 2 is Puss's Gunpowder Proof. This is where I had the big problem because again, this would have been number 1. It went to number 3. It kind of went outside the top 3 at one point, but I had to bring it in. The only reason this doesn't make it at number 1 is purely the ABV. It's a lovely, it's what is it, 54.5% spiced rum. Notes of banana, cinnamon, chocolate, vanilla. That's kind of what's going on with that. It's what you kind of get from there. Really cracking spiced rum. The only issue, as I said, is the ABV for me. It doesn't, at 54.5%, it is slightly stronger. And I do drink a lot of my spiced rums at neat as well. I kind of like a little tipple neat. And there's just sometimes where I just don't want that strength in that ABV. I just want a nice, easy sipper. So for that reason alone, that is why it doesn't make it in at number 1 for me. But if you're mixing it, it's cocktail rum, rum and coke, anything like that, rum and ginger, this, you know, smashes it. It is absolutely glorious. So Puss's is at number 2, which means at number 1, and it had to be, didn't it? It's the only one I've not spoken about. Kind of the loyal viewers knew exactly what was going to happen here. This cannot not be number 1. 2 swallows, salted caramel and citrus. 38% ABV. It does exactly what you need a spiced rum to do. Neat, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, neat. Rum, spiced rum and coke, possibly one of the best spiced rum and cokes I've ever had. Cocktail base, you've seen me use this in quite a few cocktail recipes over the last few months. It just eats everything. Daiquiri, rum and ginger. It just is the most universal spiced rum that I own, and quirky. The whole salted caramel, there's the salted caramel theme that runs through a lot of Tom's rums, Rockstars, the Swallows, the Bombs, the Grenades. But for me, this was one of his original, I think it was the second one he released. It's just absolutely stunning. So hopefully you enjoyed that. All of these rums you will be able to buy from Master of Malt in the UK. If you've got any questions, again, dive into my DMs or in the comments below. And if you've got any alternatives, ones that you think I've missed, then as I say, let me know what glaring errors have I made in your book. As I say, these are over the last 3 years. I know everyone has a completely different palate, so I appreciate that. But the question, as I said at the top, I get asked all the time, what is my favourite spiced rums? So this is all down to me and my palate.